Good morning, students. Today, we will discuss the first poem prescribed for you in your textbook, Hornbill. The name of the poem is A Photograph, written by Shirley Toulson. Now, let's have a look at the first stanza. The poet views a photograph of her mother and her two cousins when they went to the beach. Both the cousins were on either side of the mother, holding her hands because she was the eldest one. The three of them smiled at the camera as the uncle clicked the photograph. The camera had caught them smiling as the breeze ruffled their hair. Children, can you guess what does the word cardboard denote in the poem? Why has this word been used? Well, the word cardboard refers to the photograph. It is just a piece of paper, a memory, as the poet's mother is dead. It signifies the transience of life, and what remains behind is an insignificant piece of paper. In the next stanza, the poet draws a comparison between nature and human life. There is no change in the sea over years, but the faces of the people have changed a lot. They are older. The poet's mother is dead. What is suggested by the transient feet? They suggest the transience of life. Life is short-lived. Now, let's look at the next stanza. We notice that the poet's mother recalls her beach holiday and feels nostalgic, just as the poet felt when she relived the memories of her mother's laughter. Children, please look at the line, both Rai, W-R-Y, Rai, both Rai with the labored ease of loss. You may find this line a bit difficult, so try to understand it. Students, I have already explained that the poet's mother as well as the poet relived their memories. Please note that the memories in each case were beautiful, isn't it? Sea holiday for her mother and mother's laughter for the poet. But it was very painful to recall those memories as the time slipped away so easily. Children, time is a great healer. It heals deep wounds. I hope you have understood it. Let's discuss the last stanza, and here it is. Now, she has been dead nearly as many years that girl lived. Children, can you guess who does that girl refer to? Good. That girl refers to the poet's mother. Then why does the poet say, as that girl lived? The poet means to say, to the mother, the little girl was the past. Which little girl? The mother herself as a child, right? And it was true a long time back. Just as the mother or her laughter was a living reality to the poet years back. Shall we move ahead with the next lines, please? And of this circumstance, there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Please note the phrase, this circumstance. What does it refer to? Well, it refers to the death of the mother. Have you noticed the very last line of the poem? Its silences. It means the stillness of the photograph and the loss of her mother is so deep for the poet that she has nothing to say at all. Her mother's death has silenced her. Students, you must have noticed that when we lose any near and dear one, their death creates a void, a vacuum in our mind, and a death-like situation prevails all around. Dear children, this was the detailed explanation of the poem. Now, let's discuss the other aspect of the poem, poetic devices. They are also known as figures of speech or literary devices. A figure of speech is a word or group of words used to give particular emphasis to an idea or sentiment. The poetic devices used in this poem are: number 1, alliteration. 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 Alliteration is the repetition of the initial letter, generally a consonant, or first sound of several words. For example, all three stood still to smile. So look at the sound repeated here. Sound has been repeated. Stood, still, smile. So it was an example of alliteration. Number 2, transferred epithet. Example, washed their terribly transient feet. Transfer epithet is a poetic device in which an adjective is used not with the noun which it normally qualifies, but with some other noun. Here, adjective transient does not qualify the noun feet. It refers to the life that is short-lived, that is transient. Number 3, oxymoron. The labored ease of loss. Now look at the words ease and loss. An oxymoron is a figure of speech where two contradictory words or ideas are put together. Now, notice these contradictory words, ease and loss. It means that the loss of her mother was eased away with the passage of time, as time being a great healer. So, how was it, children? I believe you have understood the poem. In case you have any doubt, don't hesitate. Just ask. Thank you. God bless you.